Hey, what's good with y'all? What's good, man? It's Thawahgabar for Black Authentic Truth. I see how Masbaf was up in here, Ron Coleman. Hey, shalom to you, brother. Peace to you and your family, man. I'm Thawahgabar, Black Authentic Truth, man. You know I'm about to go into it. I'm finna get into this story, right? Well, stories. And yeah, like you said, you seen the title. Basically, we may be our worst enemy. Black men and black women. We may be our worst enemy. And that is because this recent celebrity breakup with Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson just showed the disconnect between black men and black women. And I didn't want to make it about, it's not going to be about Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, not necessarily about them, but the fallout and what that has revealed with black men and black women going back and forth and so invested in this whole thing. Okay. I got some other stories too. I got a few other stories that we go into, some clips, and then I'll have a history quiz. I've been saying I'm gonna do a history quiz. I'm gonna have that, and then a Black Authentic Truth story. All right. So you know, I look forward to that. I hope you look forward to that. And I promise you, you're going to learn something. Excuse me. So before I start, I just want to ask brothers and sisters, I know I'm going late. I totally forgot. I'm talking like I ain't going down there two hours later than I usually go, right? But I usually ask brothers and sisters, how is your Sunday going? I know now it's a little later. It's 2 hours later. So, you know, out here, Southern California, Inland Empire, it is a nice day. It's a nice day. I won't say it's a beautiful day as far as like what the sky looks like, but as far as temperature wise, it's a nice day. It started off like a really good looking day, but then there's like this overcast, but it's not, it's just, you know, fair weather. So out here, you know, it's just a regular day. Okay. No blue sky. So yeah, what else? There's something else that I wanted to ask. Maybe they come back to me. Right? Ron Coleman said everything is good in Dayton, Ohio. That's good to hear, brother. Good to hear. I appreciate you, Ron. You've been rocking with me for a while now. I don't think I don't pay attention. I pay attention. So I appreciate that, and shout out to you. Okay. Yeah. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into it. So I have a clip that I'm gonna play. I have this video clip I'm gonna play, and I want you. Well, you'll recognize. This is something. And I'll say it after. I'm gonna just say it after. I'll say it after. All right. Let me get this. Let me see. Okay. Seems like. It seems like this program is tripping, but I'm gonna see if I can just work around it without refreshing the page. Okay. Let's see if we can work around it. Let me get this. Where are we at? It's right here.
Do you know who he is? Why are you taking pictures of them? With them? No, why?
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch you. Go home. You go home. No, not you. You stay here.
Sorry.
Yeah, run. Hey, 1, Walk with them. Walk them home. You're not Prince. You look like Prince. But you, I know you. Walk with them. I don't know who this guy is, but he taking pictures of them little girls. Go. Take them home. Them right there. Take them home. Make sure they make it home. Janaya, I forget her name. Yeah, Janiza. Yeah, her. Make sure they get home. I don't know who that guy is, but he was taking pictures of them.
So this looks like it's in the neighborhood. I can't tell if this is you know, a white woman or whatnot, but she noticed that an Asian man was standing there taking pictures of these black children. Okay. And that's weird off top, right? But it caught her eye, and then she told them, you know, to watch after their siblings and take them home, which, you know, you hope that is what happens when your kids are out and about and something like this transpires. Like, I've been talking about this for a very long time on Black Authentic Truth. In fact, one of the first videos that I ever did in 2019 was about missing black children and missing black women. 100,000 black women missing without a trace, and nobody is actually paying attention to it. Well, right now, you can just go look at those databases. You can go on those missing children pages and can see the amount of children that are missing. Not just children this small, but adults, teenagers, everything in between. So once again, I'm always going to echo it, is watch your kids. Watch your kids. It's funny because we live in a time where technology has communication at the tip of your fingers, but that still hasn't stopped or curtailed the amount of people that come up missing. When I was growing up, missing people were on milk cartons, you know, and you would think because of technology and cameras everywhere that you could actually find missing people. It'd be easier, right? It'd be damn near non-existent, but it's not. You have people just like this. Now, this Asian that does not, it's clear he doesn't speak English. It's clear that it's like, you know, like people go encase a building. You go encase a building and take pictures that you want to rob, or not us, but, you know, people that are in that life. They go encase something. Let me go stake it out. Let me go look at it. Let me see what time the security is there, what time the employees are there, so that I can rob it. He was taking pictures of these kids. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think that should raise the eyebrow of anybody that's living in the community, and you see someone that doesn't live there taking pictures of the children. Why? For later on, somebody can snatch them. So this is just a public service announcement. You need to watch your children. You need to stop just opening the door and letting your children go outside. There is a false reality that we live in this false bubble that, okay, if something happens like this, that somebody's going to be there. This is just happenstance. That wasn't guaranteed that lady rolled up at that time, at the right time to catch that. It's not guaranteed. So we live in a world where with the Epstein files, they talking about drinking the blood of children. They talking about making beef jerky from children. They talking about hunting children and torturing children. And I heard where they talk about drinking the blood of children that died in a way that is in terror. It's supposed to be some type of chemical. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Some type of chemical a child releases when they're scared to death. I'm just saying, man. I didn't want to have to go and talk about the Epstein files. I shouldn't have to talk about that in order to get the message clear to you that, you know, it hasn't stopped with children missing. It hasn't stopped with children being kidnapped and snatched off the streets. So that's just something to pay attention to, y'all. I mean, you put yourself in that position. What if these were your children right here? I bet you'd be on your P's and Q's after that. After this video, I bet you would. I bet you wouldn't just be letting your kids go out and play and not know where they at for hours and hours. I bet you won't do that no more if that was your children and those are your children in that video. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let me move on. Let's move on. Shout out to everybody that's in the live. I know I'm going a lot later than I usually go. So salute to you for rocking with me. You could be doing something else. It's Sunday. I know people want to chill on Sunday, but maybe you want to get some information. Maybe you want to, learn a little something. Maybe you want some Black history, because that's definitely what you're going to get in this live. Play this.
Gentlemen, it has now come to the time that we have a conversation. I've been saying for years on this show that Black men need to have a conversation, Black men alone. We have got to figure out what is going on with us. This is not something that Black women can help us with. This conversation does not include Black women. Black women, stand down and stand to the side. Black men need to have a kumbaya amongst themselves, and I'm a niche this out a little more. And it's heterosexual Black men. I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm gonna say it out loud with my whole chest. Straight Black men are the cancer of the Black community. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. Ladies, I'm here to tell y'all something. All this shit that y'all got going on, some of y'all, not all of y'all, with the gays and with the trans, let it go. Your issue is not a trans woman. Your issue is not a punk or not a sissy. Your issue is all of our issue. Straight Black men. Straight Black men are the enemy to the gays. Straight Black men are the enemy to the trans. Straight Black men are who are causing harm to the girls and the women. That's where it's at. Now, y'all can shoot the messenger. Y'all can call me all type of faggots on the Shade Room and all the other blog sites that's going to pick this up and I'll eat it. But you'll never see a situation where girls and women walking around saying they scared of the gay boys. They scared of their life for the gay boys. They don't want to be around the gay boys. It ain't us going around with these fragile ass egos, can't take rejection. We've got to ask ourselves, and I don't even know if the Black straight male collective can even answer this question because their egos tend to be so fragile. How is it we are raising boys with these fragile ass egos that feel it is okay to slam girls on their head for saying no? Why is it that we have to make the females of the community make all the adjustments? It's not fair. Straight Black men are the cancer of the Black community. Argue with your mammy. Ladies and gentlemen, straight Black men.
Now, this is from conditioning. This is from a long, long period of conditioning and destroying the Black family. That we live in a time where a gay man could feel comfortable saying something like that against straight men. It's conditioning. That's all it is. And Black women have allowed this. And what I mean by this is that typically Black men have never, ever accepted that lifestyle. But what you see is that Black women are open to gay men. And I believe he might be on a podcast with a Black woman while he's saying that. I don't know for sure. But the thing is that our women have, accepted this instead of shunning it. This behavior, instead of shunning, accepted that lifestyle. Now, I'm not putting the blame on Black women as far as like saying it's your fault. What I'm saying is our women have accepted it. And now you have men like this that will say that Black men are the cancer to the community. When did Black men become the cancer to the Black community? Black men have issues like Black women have issues, like Black people have always had issues. And our biggest issue was never a gender war, which I'm going to get into later. It never was a gender war. It was about oppression and the treatment from white people. Never had anything to do with a gender war or who does this and who does that, right? And historically, I'm a sidebar real quick. Historically, this type of behavior or this type of man wasn't as flamboyant as they are now. We can go back 15 years ago and LGBTQ wasn't flamboyant like that in the Black community. Black people have literally picked up the pieces, or not the pieces, but have picked up the behaviors from white people. And whatever they say is permissible, whatever they say is love, whatever they say is okay, we have picked it up, even though it's not morally right. Now, this Negro has the nerve and audacity with his Bucci to say that Black men are a cancer when he is the very epitome of what a cancer to the Black community is. How can you get a successful Black family out of that lifestyle that nigga live? You can't. I'll tell you what a cancer is to the Black community. You know what a cancer is to the Black community? Selling drugs to your people. You know what a cancer is to the Black community? Hating one another without a cause, for no reason at all. That's a cancer. You know what a cancer to the Black community is? LGBTQXYZQ lifestyles. You know what a cancer to the Black community is? Whores. And men that turn women into whores. I can go on and on with legitimate cancers to the Black community. And all of those things that I'll say are against or would stop Black people from being a righteous community again, with a man and a woman in the household rearing a healthy family. Those are cancers. A Black man is not just by itself a cancer, but the things that we do are cancerous. And he said Black men need to have a discussion. Black men have been talking about this for the longest. Do you know the phrase Black on Black crime? Many people think that the phrase Black on Black crime actually comes from white people. No, they hijacked it. Black on Black crime, their phrase comes from Black men, Black activists that were speaking on the crime in the Black community, showing that they were concerned and cared. And then white people hijacked it and used it as a talking point. That's where Black on Black crime. But the beginning is Black people actually having a talk and being honest with themselves about what is going on in their community and the things that need to change. And so these people have been too empowered, right? Damn near have more power than Black people, have more rights than Black people are, can get the ball rolling more than Black people. They damn near do. And I'm talking about alternative lifestyles, LGBTQ. They damn near have more sway than Black people do. If you say something that people may not like, but is true about that community, you could lose your job. Now, vice versa, if you say something that people don't like about just Black people in general, like a racial slur, you can make $1 million on GoFundMe. And I thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that, Jackson, L. Jackson. What women don't realize is that these men hate them. Psychologically, these men want to be them. And when you see one of these type of men, they are the essence of a woman times 10. So that's with the being all flamboyant and flaming, you know what I mean? And just the extraness of it. But really, if they disagree with a woman, they'll fight a woman with the quickness. I've seen it with my own eyes. They will try to fight a woman, believing that they are something different from a man when they still have the physical capabilities of a man. Right now, there's a story. Y'all can fact check me. Go look it up. There's a story with one of those transmission people that says because he has the hormones now of a woman, that he is a woman, he can fight a woman. Sir, you're a man. You have the strength of a male. But this is the thing. They like women they about to take your place, because look at how in sports, how they allow these people to fight, to race, to wrestle, to swim against natural born women. I don't know what the term is because I don't care. I'm saying natural born women, right? I know they have all of these terms. They got about 7 different damn terms, maybe more for a gender, which is crazy. Like I grew up at a time when, you just had a man and a woman. It's delusional in my book, in my personal opinion. But they can compete and they can, go beat you upside your head in the boxing ring. They can do, they don't even care that there's no place for a woman anymore. Right? It's crazy. And this right here is delusional. Men have been talking about the issues and the problems that we have. But to say that we are a cancer to the Black community, no, nigga, you are a cancer. Your lifestyle is a cancer. You can't produce a successful Black family from your lifestyle. You can't produce a successful Black family from selling drugs. You can't produce a successful Black family from being promiscuous, having sex with anybody you want to have sex with. Then you get pregnant and now you have a broken family. You can't, there's many ways and many things that you can clearly see that you can't produce a Black family, therefore a better community. So all of those things is cancers to the Black community, all of them. If you're a man and you just sleeping around and trying to hit how many women you can hit, you can't get a successful Black family from that. You're a cancer also. We acknowledge that we have a lot of issues in our community. We have a lot of things going on in our community that hurt us. We acknowledge that. Okay. But the bottom line is, not being a moral person makes you a cancer to the Black community. You can't help your people at all. There's nothing you can do that could help your people because you're immoral. And like this nigga right here lives an immoral lifestyle, and he's been empowered by women because Black men ain't empowered him. He's talking down on Black men. He's not sitting in that seat because of the admiration and the support of Black men. He's sitting in that seat because of the admiration and support of Black women and saying the things that they want to hear, that they think are legitimate when they are not. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. I appreciate y'all, being from my TED Talk rant, being here and listening, but I'm gonna leave it at that so I can move on. Now, let's get this. Now, what is this brother's name? I think this brother's name is the Reaper. If I could, let me just make sure and give you a backstory of this brother who is saying this to, so you understand he knows what he's talking about. Yes. Okay. Let me get to it. Now, for a backstory, this brother right here, his nickname is the Reaper. Okay. His name is Nicholas Irving, but he is known as the Reaper. He was a sniper let me just say, he's an author now. He's a former soldier. He was in special operations. He was a sniper in the 3rd Ranger Battalion in the U.S. Army. So he was out there in Afghanistan and the Middle East and whatnot. And he has some very heralding stories. You should go listen to some of the stories he tell about being out there in the field in war. So this is him. Let me play it.
I'm gonna make your country go broke. Your country go broke. No one's gonna have shit. F the oil. I'm gonna light it all on fire. I'm gonna destroy my infrastructure. Just make everybody feel it. You'll start seeing war on the streets when that gas hits $20 a gallon.
Absolutely.
You don't have to have a world war. You'll have one here. You don't give a shit about a world war. That electricity won't even be on. You can't afford that to even turn on the news to find out there's a world war. You got to go fight your neighbor. You got to go up the street. You got to go rob a store for whatever goods they have, because bread costs $50, $20. You want a peanut butter jelly sandwich, you're going to have to go kill somebody for it. Everybody's got morals while they got money in their pocket. But as soon as the money's gone, you'll see how many morals you really have as a society. That shit goes out the window. That's one of the first things that's going to go out the window. F the truth. Your morals is going to go out the window. You will steal. You will lie. You will cheat. You will to eat, to survive.
I mean, we talk about this all the time. I know on Black Authentic Truth, I have talked about, the impending war, World War III, the possibilities. What could happen? If the lights went out right now, if this stream went off right now, the internet went off, stream went off, no, what is it? Social media, no cellular, then what? And then when things get scarce and you have, gas at $30 a gallon, bread at $50 a loaf, then you'll see like, damn, this is really it. And I should have been prepared. I should have thought about these things, right? People are not thinking about these things because we're living in a bubble, but we are literally in the Third World War. It has already started. You probably think nothing has happened yet, right? You think nothing has happened. Is over there. Israel's bombing Iran and all of that, but in a minute's notice, everything could stop in an instant. All of the resources that are coming in to America, into every state, all of the food supplies, all of that stuff could stop overnight. And like he said, yeah, you got morals when you got money. Yeah, you look at your bank account, you got a little money in your bank account. So yeah, you got morals. But when money doesn't mean anything, then what? You're talking about somebody that was a decorated soldier that been over there, that and seen all of that, right? And he's thinking like this. So don't you think we should think like this too? We should at least have it in the back of our mind, like, this is the life we're living right now. Everything is on eggshells. All of this stuff that is being talked about could possibly happen. You see what happened during COVID. Y'all saw what happened during COVID, how people were hysterical and panicking, and it wasn't barely any supplies on the shelves. Of course, it was I don't know why people were focused on soap and toilet paper. I don't know why. People it don't seem like people were really focused on food that much as they were focused on toilet paper, as though like, okay, it's going to be here for a minute. I just want to stock up on toilet paper. I just want to stock up on soap. That's about it. We're talking about where the electricity doesn't work. I don't know. Like, I done lived through a lot of blackouts. I'm from the hood, so we done lived through a lot of blackouts to the point where, and mama already got a generator. I got a generator. I'm looking at a second generator. I'm looking at a more quieter generator. And I'm like, you know what? Even in that time with a generator, no gas. So you got to what you need? What you call it? I'm sorry. What is they called again? The satellite. What is the other way you charge your house? Y'all help me out. Help me out. Help the wall out. But the point is that you got to think of alternative methods of powering things, of lighting fires, of food. Let me just tell you, and I'm gonna help y'all out right now if you haven't been doing this already. So this is what. Let me just off the top of my head, I'm gonna just tell you some things. Like, if you can afford it, get you a generator. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you. I was hoping somebody would say it. Thank you. Solar power. You have to get because they have those solar. Thank you, Adolphus. Yeah, you have those solar power. They have solar power banks. I think they're like $150, right? There's so to you young cats, to you young brothers, you in your 20s, don't buy another pair of Jordans. Buy you a little generator or a power bank, a solar power bank or something like that. Okay. Thank you, Shakad. Buy you something like that. But okay, so number one, I would say something like that, just an extra power source. I'm looking into, the power source, the little generator you can crank. It's just mechanical. Okay. It's just mechanical. Thank you, Bronthenow. It's just mechanical, right? What else? Solar, you need that power. What else? So get you some waterproof matches. Waterproof matches like the stick ones that you right? Get you the little Flintstone, the little flint lighter thing. It's got a little thing where you go like that and it hit a spark and you can start a fire really easy. And I think it's unlimited. The amount of times you can use it, you're not going to use it that much, right? Water tablets. So there's these tablets that like if you have sitting water, like say you have water stored, but it's been sitting for months or years, you can drop that tablet in and what it do is make the water drinkable. Okay. Man, L. Jackson, you right with me. I just said it. You right with me. Those water treatment pills. So get some of those, right? Thank you. Ready-made meals that basically they don't take up a lot of space and you can get a lot of them. If you at a supermarket, I don't know if supermarkets take that, but like a Sam's Club or a Costco or something like that, get you a big bag of beans, a big bag of rice, flour, non-perishable foods. Those ready-made meals is good. I need to look into that and get me some. What else were we missing? Some blankets, some those they like what you call it, emergency blankets. Also, they have those backpacks. They're like $100. They're emergency backpacks with all type of supplies inside the backpack, first aid and all of that. Just something, in case things like this do happen. You know what I mean? Things like this do happen. Just so you have a little tiny, even if it's a small foundation of supplies, at least you got something that could hold you some days. I've been looking into those radios. They're kind of expensive. They have these radios, walkie-talkie radios that they come in pairs, but they're like $300-400. When I be looking, I'll be like, damn, that's a lot. But these radios have like, I think maybe 100-mile radius, and they don't need cellular service or satellite service, and they work very good. That would come in handy with loved ones and family members and stuff that live, not too far apart in different towns or cities and stuff like that. But these are just some things to think about. And I'm saying this because I love my people. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying it. I'm not saying it because I want to be the first to say it or I think I know a lot. No, I genuinely love my people. And many of my people that I know that many of us is going to be caught off guard because it's not a matter of how, it's just a matter of when. That's it. So yes, I still live my life. You still live your life. You still got to go to work, still got to handle business. But I know what possibly could happen right here in America. And if you thinking in a way like it can't happen in America, we got the greatest military ever, you're gonna be lost in the sauce. You're gonna be just like those people were when COVID-19 happened. Look how people were acting in COVID-19, and that wasn't even nothing. To be honest with you, most of the hysteria came from the news. There won't be no news if real war breaks out and the electrical grid is out. There won't be no news. You won't be able to tune into Monday night news and hear what's going on in the world. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go too long on it. Y'all just, take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a public service announcement. Anyway, let me move on. So I'm going to move on to my topic, okay? Let me remove these things. Let me remove this. All right. So what I want to talk about is the fallout, okay? That whole fallout with the story of Megan Thee Stallion breaking up with Klay Thompson and what it showed with Black people. Like, we really showed that there is a big disconnect between Black men and Black women. There's a huge disconnect. And this disconnect is rooted in our history. For a long time, we have thought that we have gotten over the traumas of the past, but we haven't. And those traumas, coupled with the oppression and the everyday stress of life in this place, have made us turn indifferent to one another. And there's been a greater divide. And it is really ugly. Okay. So first of all, I just want to say shout out to all the sisters that when that whole Megan thing happened, you didn't say anything because you looked at it like it doesn't affect your life and you have to handle your business. You got to pay rent, pay bills, rear your children. And you said absolutely nothing. Shout out to the brothers that said absolutely nothing, who did not care because it doesn't affect their life. You didn't go online and make a long post about how Megan is a whore, or you didn't go online and make a long post about how men always cheat or lie, whatever the case may be. You didn't do none of that because it doesn't affect your life. It's just a celebrity. And we've seen this. If you've been around, if you've been alive for a while, you've seen so many celebrities get together and then break up. It's inevitable. Everybody in that world gets passed around. Like, I know I'm not saying something that you haven't seen and you don't know. You know, those celebrities get passed around and everybody ends up with everybody. And it's very rare that it is a happily ever after story. Okay. But the way that a lot of sisters I've seen going after men, you would have thought that Megan Thee Stallion had died. Like, I didn't even know about the story, but then I started paying attention because you couldn't ignore it anymore. You would have thought that Megan Thee Stallion had died. Kind of like Kevin Samuels. But Megan did not die. She's not dead. It was just a breakup. And she's going to be okay. It's not the first breakup. And from my experience, I don't think it's going to be the last breakup. Okay. So, yeah, that was, crazy. And then, another thing that happened with me is I was on a post where there was this post that said, it was a post made up by a Black man, and it said, Black men don't hate Black women. We just hate hoes. And I went on that post and I I'm trying to remember what I said. I'm bringing this up because I was called a simp for it. Okay. First time I ever been called a simp, but I said, niggas don't know what a simp really is. Right. But on the post, I said, if black men stop loving whores, then black women will aspire to be something better than that. Well, you had brothers coming after your boy, the wall. Man, they don't want to change. They don't listen to us. And you a simp. I said, you a simp. I said, I didn't respond. I was like, nigga, I'm a simp. And the thing is this, what I'm saying in that is that black men are leaders. We are the leaders. Okay. And common sense will tell you that the industry of prostitution, of strippers, of just selling sex is predicated on a consumer. And the consumer usually 9 times out of 10 is a man that's consuming this service or this content, like OnlyFans or something like that. It's a man, right? So the point that I'm making is that as black men, and maybe you don't want to step into that role as a leader, but you are the leader. If black men start to shun women that dress half naked, women that are overbearing and highly promiscuous, women that promote a lifestyle of whoredom, maybe those women will start to say, well, damn, I can't get a man. Why can't I get a man? Is it because, it's because of the way I'm dressing? Oh, it's because of the way I promote myself in a sexual manner. We are the leaders is what I'm saying. I'm not saying in a negative way or blaming men. What I'm saying is you are a leader. So whether you agree with it or not, that still is your place if you want to step into that leader role. If you have the gall and you have the courage to stand in that leader role and say, listen, okay, not courage, but the, what's the word I want to use? The discipline to say, you know what? we're not dealing with these type of women anymore. We want the classy type of women. We want the modest type of women. We want these type of women. You don't think that women will change their gears and be more of that to attract a man? But it's easy to attract a lot of you dumb niggas because she just got to be showing some skin. Hell, she don't have to be showing some skin. All she had to do is have some legs, walking. So it also goes with discipline, having a level of discipline, having a maturity level to understand like every woman ain't for me. And yes, I want to see a change in my community. Yes, I want to see my women do better. The women, my sisters, do better. Okay, because this is what it boils down to. It boils down to you looking at other black people like they're your brothers and you're your sisters and moving accordingly. So I got attacked for that by saying, listen, if we take the lead and say, you know what, we're not going to be with these type of women anymore. We're not going to even entertain these type of women. They get no play. Then women will follow suit. Now, I know there's a woman that might get upset at me even saying that, like they don't have any intellect or they're too stupid to make decisions on their own or whatever the case may be. There's always somebody that can find a negative in what you're saying. But if you really think about it, if black men just said, you know what, we're not promoting that. We're not promoting these type of women in our music videos. No, she has to have clothes on. Yeah, she can be sexy. She can be beautiful. She got to be covered up. No extra cleavage, no ass out, none of that. No. If you see that trickle down, you will see a change in our women. I guarantee you that. Right? That's like a guarantee. But will that really happen? Maybe it's just wishful thinking. But it is the truth. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. But I seen so many black men and black women. I mean, I seen posts of black women. I mean, they was writing essays and TED Talks, and black men also writing these essays on, well, Megan Thee Stallion this, Klay Thompson this. And I said, listen, man, all of that time that y'all used to put all that energy into breaking down, like you was in college, breaking down the whole situation and why men hate you and all that. If you would have used that time more wisely, you could have learned how to make biscuits from scratch. If you use that time more wisely, you could have learned how to sew a dress. Because if World War III hit, we definitely gonna need some women that can sew some clothes. As a man, all that time you spent going back and forth in comments over Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, you could have used that time to learn how to change a damn tire. Some of y'all can't even change a tire. You know how I know? Because I used to be that man. That's how I know. As a man, you could have learned how to fix a hole in the wall, drywall, all the energy that black men and women used going back and forth and writing dissertations and all of this about the Megan Thee Stallion breakup. You could have spent that time improving yourself, learning something. You could have did that. Like, I'm not lying to you. Like, I know it may sound, it may sound like I'm capping on, like I'm trying to clown, but no, it's the truth. Like we were too invested in that, but it showed the pain and the hurt that we have and the anger we have against one another. When it didn't never used to be like that. There was a time in the civil rights era, and coming up, I tell about the civil rights era where black men and black women were together in the struggle, fighting oppression. There was a time, and then drugs hit our community. Ideologies hit our community. Feminism, women's liberation. Unemployment already had hit our community, but it hit our community even worse. The unemployment rate between black people and white people has virtually been the same since 1970. So all of these things hit our people. All of these things pulling our people further apart. Drugs, violence. There was never no term about black on black crime until around those times when the drugs started coming and we created gangs and all of that. So a lot of the way we act towards one another, it's part of it is conditioning. It's part of the oppression that we receive. So of course we're going through it. Life ain't easy for none of us. So we got hard hearts against each other. We don't want to forgive each other. We like when you see some of the things that women say, if you wasn't privy to the history of our people, you would probably say, damn, our women hate us. Or you probably say our men hate us. When really we're just harboring pain against one another and we're unleashing it on one another. I hate that word. What's that new word about if a man misogynistic? I've seen people saying that about black men, but I saw black men talking about they don't hate black women, they hate whores. But anyway, the point I'm making is that I've seen where you just say something that you don't agree with, and women say that you're misogynistic, which is that term is to hate women. So now if I tell a woman, like I prefer for a woman not to dress provocatively in public, I prefer her to dress with clothes on and look decent. Now I hate women because I don't agree with like a woman dressing like a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, or even that shit on on what is it? Those reality shows. I don't watch them, but you know how the women dress on the reality shows or how they behave. Like, oh, you hate women because I want to see a change in my women. Now I hate them. How can you stretch something like that to hate? But we harbor a lot of pain against one another. And a lot of that pain is biblical. I know you don't want to hear that. Oh, that Bible. Yeah, the Bible don't know our issue. Yeah, it does. It talks about it. The Willie Lynch letter talks about it too. It's crazy, right? Let me grab something for y'all real quick. Let me put this picture up on the screen while I grab this. Remember when I talked about I said we struggle together. Now, this is a man and a woman in slavery in Savannah, Georgia, working together in the struggle. Now, do you know that during slavery and after slavery, Black people would get married and they would be together for 50 and 60 years. And let's just say if the man died, the woman would never remarry. That is the type of commitment that we come from. Now, you hear many people say that, Black women stayed with Black men because they didn't have any rights and this, blah, 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 this. Well, what about in slavery? What about when nobody had no goddamn rights? I mean, it's just a question. I'm just posing that question. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me grab these. Now, I want you to look at this, okay? This is Deuteronomy 38. I'm sorry, 28. That's wrong. 28. So it'll be 28, right? And I'm gonna read a little bit for you, just so you can see what I'm saying. Y'all bear with me. Now this is Deuteronomy 28. Don't mind the number 28 and 54. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Forgive me for that. He shall leave. So at one point in time, you have Black men that love their women, all right, that cherished their women. But over time, because of the oppression and because of the hardness in the life that we live here in America, we have turned against one another. And that man has turned against his brother. And you see that in the way Black men treat each other. And you see that in the violence that we perpetrate against one another. But more importantly, the topic is he has also turned an evil eye to that woman. He has turned an evil eye to that woman, and he has gotten to a place where he doesn't have compassion on that woman. He has gotten to a place where he does not love that woman enough to be with her for the rest of her life. He's gotten to the point where, because of the heat and the struggle and the hardness between him and that woman, he'll just leave and he won't even fight anymore, leaving that child behind too. Now, let me just skip up to the where I'm at, 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set her sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and towards her daughter. And that's the same thing that has happened with the black woman. Black woman has become evil and hard towards her man and towards her children, towards her daughter, right? Having no compassion at all, full of feminism, full of rage, and very prideful. These are the things that have transpired within the community up since the time of around the 70s. It has gotten worse. It is getting worse and worse. And you've seen that with this fallout behind these damn celebrities. It was not even that serious. It was not even your life, but you had thousands of black women tapping in, thousands of black men tapping in and going back and forth over something that is not even real. It's not your life. These people don't even know you exist. Okay. Now, let me get the Willie Lynch letter. Some of y'all are probably familiar with the Willie Lynch letter. Right? Let me get so in the Willie Lynch letter, I'm gonna read a little bit. Now, the Willie Lynch letter is not corroborated to be 100% true. They don't know who authored it. But when you read the Willie Lynch letter, it is on point to what actually happened with black people in slavery. It is very, very accurate. Okay. So it is used and it is read to make a correlation between the treatment of slavery and how black people are today. If y'all want me to, I'll put it in the chat so you can just read it yourself. They sell it, but you can find it free online. So let me just, I'll put it in this chat. All right. That's the Willie Lynch letter. I just put it in the chat for y'all. Okay. Now I'm going to read a little bit, and it's not a lot. Okay. So in the Willie Lynch letter, it talks about pitting the slaves against one another. And the different ways you do that is through the color of their skin, intelligence level, size, their sex, size of plantations, and all of that, right? So I'm gonna read a little bit. It says, the black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and vice versa. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. That is what I want to get to. This was something that is said that was told to slave plantation owners during slavery, and it's how you treat your slaves. You want to pit them against one another. You want to pit that woman against that man, and vice versa. Today, it's almost like we operate on a slave mentality. In fact, the way that you've seen black men and black women behave after this Megan Thee Stallion breakup that was, put on social media was definitely a slave mentality. It was definitely the embodiment of what it is to be a slave. Whereas you're fighting over something that it doesn't even involve your personal life. You'll never probably even have that life. But the anger and the resentment against the other gender is so strong that you can't resist unloading on each other. And so in a way, we have become our own worst enemy because we don't even think in our mind that the things that we went through in our personal lives and in the big picture, we can get around that. We can get around that. And we project a lot of the things that go on in our personal lives onto other people that we don't know. And part of that is because of social media makes it seem like what's on social media is reality when we know that's not reality. We know that 80% of Black men marry Black women. We know that Black men love Black women. I know personally that Black women love Black men. All of the love, all of the help that I receive, all of the encouragement I get is from Black women. It's not from white women. It's not from anybody but Black women. Throughout my whole life. So part of it is we have a hard heart and we need to learn to forgive one another as Black men and Black women and see what the true problem is and who the true enemy is. Like that Bucci boy earlier said that Black men are a cancer to the Black community. No, that is not the problem in the Black community. But there are cancers that we are participating in that are hurting our community and hurting our ability to actually come back and be a family. You understand? So we have to realize that, number one, social media is not real, okay? Social media is a tool like anything else. It's not real. And you know in your real life that the things that people are saying on social media, those things don't happen in your real life. So you got to say, man, I'm not going to even entertain this stuff no more. I'm not going to get in these conversations. I'm not going to even add my 2 cents in it because in reality, in my real life, everyday life, this is not even happening. Part of that is being part of the herd and being part of being a follower. And a lot of y'all, I seen y'all talking about this stuff. The way I equate it is you look like you're a 14-year-old, you know, making memes and all of that. I said that in class the other night. I said, when I seen the meme of all of the men in line to have sex with Megan Thee Stallion, I actually felt bad for Megan Thee Stallion. And it's not just Megan Thee Stallion, it's for every woman that has been misled and been how can I say it, has been misled and has fallen into that trap of, you know, living that lifestyle of being promiscuous. Because it's not just Megan Thee Stallion. But I'm like, damn, we destroyed as a people. Then I looked at the brothers like, you have to see a Black woman as your sister. You have to have some respect for yourself to where you like, you know what? You know, I'm cool. I want a better quality woman. I want to stop entertaining whores and I want to entertain better quality women. And more men will follow suit. And also better quality women, meaning modestly dressed and how they act and behave and how they carry themselves and how they talk, because all of that matters. If those type of women start getting praise, people start praising those type of women, you know, like when we was growing up, you had like the Felicia Rashads and stuff like that, like, you know, just classy Black women. Those type of women start getting praise. Then women will aspire to be that instead of being, a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or a half-naked video vixen, because that's what get praise in our community. That's what gets all the praise. So the cancer to our community is the people who cut the checks for these people to, you know, be put out on the screen and promote our people and that image to our people. That's also the cancer of the community, the music industry. The cancer of the community is us hating one another, us committing violence against one another, LGBTQ, feminism, living a promiscuous life, being a man that it turns women into whores, being a woman that is a whore, being a stripper. These are cancers to the Black community. That's the cancer to the Black community. That's what's destroying us. Us not thinking that we need to live with morals. A lack of morals is the cancer to our community and nothing else. What we say is right and wrong is upside down. It's upside down. You can't go to any other people and see their women paraded like whores across the earth. And we just say, I was talking to, it was a post today. It was an older woman that said, it was a post with, it was Commander Jenihana, and he said something like, he read out the lyrics of one of Megan Thee Stallion song, or WAP. He read some of the lyrics. I don't know the lyrics, but he read them. I was like, damn, but it was a video. And some Black woman, older Black woman, comes on there talking about shut the hell up. You should worry about Black men. That's the cancer to our community. Old Black women, old Black men that are stuck in their ways like a child. I told the woman, I said, you are too damn old to be acting like that and promoting and backing something like that, something that destroys our. You think when you get up in your 60s and your 70s, you have some goddamn sense. But it's a lot of Black men and women that are like fucking children in our community. You're too goddamn old, and you're doing the same thing that a 20-year-old would do. You ain't learned shit in your life. Those kind of Black people are a cancer to our community, and we need to call it out. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there before I really go in. All right. So now we got the Black History quiz, okay? Black History quiz. And I got how many I got? I got 4. No, I got 5. I got 5. Let me remove some of this stuff and we're gonna get that. We're gonna start that. Remove that. Remove that. All right. Let's get this. Sounds. All right, y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna refresh. I was able to do everything until I get to this point. So I'm gonna refresh because it's acting a little janky. So let me refresh real quick. All right, y'all just bear with me. I'll be right back. All right. Y'all give me a oh, there we go. Yeah. Y'all give me a 1 if we good. If everything's still good. Give me a 1 real quick. All right. So I know we good. We good. All right. So now let's get. Oh, that's the only thing. That's why I didn't want to do that. Okay. Y'all give me a second. Let me pull these images up. I'm going to get the first one. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that first, but we're going to give it what, like 20 seconds. Who? Who is this? Who is this beautiful black woman? Oh, somebody got it. Who is this? Anybody? All right. This is Mahalia Jackson. Okay. Mahalia Jackson was an American gospel singer. She's widely known to be a vocalist in the 20th century, and she sung gospel songs. I remember Mahalia Jackson on a movie. Yes, Renee got it. L. Jackson got it. Okay. Y'all both got it. Imaj Rock said, can we have multiple choice? Yeah, Mahalia Jackson, I remember her on it was this movie my grandma used to watch. Y'all probably know the movie, but the movie was with a black woman that had a daughter that passed for being white, and the daughter was ashamed of her mother. I can't remember the name of the movie, but Mahalia Jackson sung in that movie. All right, so let me get the next one. Let's see. Who is this man? Who is this? This is probably the out of all of these. You know what? I'll say this is like he's probably the second hardest because it's not like a known Black history person. You know, you got a lot of Black people that in Black history that they're not in that rotation of Black History Month when schools and stuff talk about Black history. Okay. Go back here. Let me see. Jackson said Dr. Drew something. No, it's not Dr. Drew, but good try. Okay. Give it about 10 more seconds and then I'll give his name. Now, this is Percy Lavon Julian. Now, he was a American research chemist, and he was a pioneer in the chemical synthesis of medicinal drugs from plants, which he's not widely known, like I said, but yes, Renee was correct. He was a chemist. You were that right. You were that much you had correct. Okay. That much you had. And you know what? Low key, when you look at the picture, it kind of give it away a little bit. Maybe I should have used the picture on the left instead of the picture on the right, because it kind of give it away that he is in a laboratory. You know, so you put two and two together as he's a chemist or a biologist or something. Next one is, let's see. Mm, which one do I want to do? Let's do her. Okay. I'm thinking somebody might think they know it and say somebody else's name. So we'll see. All right. Who is this woman right here? You got 10 seconds. Who is this? because it's a latency, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a little longer to give y'all a little more time to give me the name of this woman, this sister right here. Anybody? Anybody know? Yes, her name is Annie, Renee. That is right. This is Annie Turnbull Malone. Now, many people don't know about Annie Turnbull Malone, but they do know about Madam C.J. Walker. Well, Madam C.J. Walker learned at Annie's school. She learned under her. She was a agent under her. Okay, so Annie Turnbull Malone was an American businesswoman. She was an inventor. She was a philanthropist. She developed a prominent commercial educational enterprise centered on cosmetics and for African American women. She had a school called the Poro School, a system called the Poro System. Yes, you got it right too, Kalmaz. Yes, y'all got it right. She had a Poro System, a whole beauty cosmetic line that catered to Black women. And at one point in time, she had over 75,000 business agents in America in different places over the world, you know, like going door to door selling her products, like kind of like, if y'all remember, like Avon or maybe like Mary Kay, something like that, right? So this is Annie Turnbull Malone. And also more of the story y'all don't know, many people remember Madam C.J. Walker as being, you know, a millionaire. Well, Annie was a millionaire first, and Madam C.J. Walker actually went to her school, learned from her, and some say she took her formula and created her own line, which made her a millionaire. All right. So yes, that's Annie. And let me just, now this is the last one. Okay. This is the last one. Let me get this one. Who is this woman? Who is this? Who is this woman? I know this is the hard one because I just know. Okay. I know. Give it 10 more seconds and then I'll give you who this is. Okay. All right. So this is Annie Fisher. Now, Annie Fisher was an entrepreneur. She was a cook and a caterer, and she became a millionaire making some famous biscuits. Okay. Yeah, Renee. Renee, I think you taking a little time. I think you might be what you do that thing? What's that thing when people do? You could take a picture. You took a little while, Renee. Don't play me. Okay. Yes, this is Annie Fisher. Definitely. This is Annie Fisher, which brings me to my Black Authentic Truth story. It's about Annie Fisher, and I'm going to read what is written about Annie Fisher. So yeah, just lock in. Let me see. Annie Knowles Fisher was born on December 3rd, 1867 in Boone County. She was one of 11 children born to formerly enslaved people, Robert and Charlotte Knowles. From an early age, Fisher was put in charge of cooking for the family. Although Fisher attended school for a short time, she eventually quit school to help support her family. Fisher found her love of cooking while working in kitchens of wealthy white families in the Columbia area. She was paid little and received secondhand clothing, one of the perks of the job. Fisher noted later to a newspaper article that although she was grateful for the secondhand clothing, she wanted to make a good living so that she could afford new clothes. Fisher went to work for the Lenore Nifong family of Maplewood. In 1890, Fisher began to work for George Bingham Rollins in the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity at the University of Missouri. Cooking and catering, Fisher saved most of her money she made cooking to start her catering business, which she operated out of her restaurant, the Wayside Inn, which was located at the site of her childhood home behind Grindstone Schoolhouse. She reportedly had more than 1,000 place settings of tableware and handled many large cater events for the University of Missouri. For one of her largest banquets at an alumni dinner for the University of Missouri, she was paid $1,200 per plate. Fisher's beaten biscuits became so popular that Missourians who had moved out of state would mail order her biscuits to be delivered to states as far as New York and California. Annie cooked in what she referred to as old Missouri style, which meant she used local ingredients to give her food a distinct flavor. Her cooking became so popular that she began endorsing local businesses such as the Boone County Mills HP Flour, which she used in her famous biscuits. In 1911, a Sedalia hostess who handled catering for the Missouri State Fair made sure Fisher's biscuits were on the presidential table for William Howard Taft's visit. Fisher was considered by those who met her to be a strong, witty, outspoken businesswoman. In 1919, Fisher gave a speech at a meeting of the National Negro Business League. In her speech, Fisher taught how to make a profit from catering and about her life growing up. She said she was a 57-year-old woman who was not afraid to tell her age. Fisher was a celebrated personality in Columbia, with multiple articles written about her in the University Missourian. Fisher rented her properties out to Black families who couldn't find housing easily in 1913. Annie gave out her recipes freely, but noted that she could not teach common sense needed to cook her food. In a 1927 article in the Springfield Leader, estimated Fisher's net worth to be $100,000. Fisher's ingenuity did not end in the kitchen. She invented a non-stick cutter specifically for her biscuits. After Fisher's mail order business had taken off, she incorporated a biscuit break to meet the demand for her biscuits. In a news article, Fisher reported she usually made around 1 million biscuits a year and around 50 dozen biscuits every hour with the help from her daughter. By 1919, Fisher was making $500 a month on biscuits alone at 15 cents a dozen. Using the profits from her cooking and catering business, Fisher bought her first house in 1901 and paid it off in 2 years. After her first property purchase, Fisher went on to buy 18 rental properties in the downtown Columbia area, most of which, let me make sure. I'm sorry, y'all. We good. Oh, no, we're not. Okay. No, we good. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get back to it. I just want to make sure the mic was right. Okay. I'm going to restart that whole paragraph. In 1990, Fisher was making $500 a month on biscuits alone at 15 cents a dozen, using the profits from her cooking and catering business. Fisher bought her first house in 1901 and paid it off in 2 years. After her first property purchase, Fisher went on to buy 18 rental properties in the downtown Columbia area, most of which were along what is now Ash Street and Fifth Street. Later, after Fisher's catering business had become quite successful, she purchased a 58-acre farm outside of Columbia, where she raised livestock and crops she used in her cooking. One second, okay. Oh, so here's the recipe of her old Missouri style beaten biscuit recipe. Y'all pay attention now, especially you sisters. Fisher's recipe included 1 quart of sifted flour, a 1/3 cup of pure lard. Well, maybe we can find a substitute for the pork, right? A 1/3 cup of butter, 1 cup of sweetened water, and salt to taste. Ingredients are mixed thoroughly and beaten for 15 minutes to make biscuits light and fluffy. Fisher said beating the biscuits was meant to put life in them. Fisher put her daughter Lucille through college and a music conservatory with the profits from her catering business. Fisher's first home was a 16-room house on Park Avenue, which stood until 1960. In the 1920s, she had a house built along Old Highway 63. During construction, she bought the materials, hired her own workers, and stayed on the property in a tent to oversee the construction. Fisher was buried in a modest grave in 1938 at the Memorial Park Cemetery in Columbia. Her legacy. Fisher's legacy lives on during Black History Month, when a Columbia woman dresses as Fisher and visited schools to share her story with children, to share with them how local African Americans have helped to shape the history of Boone County. The Annie Fisher Food Pantry is operated by Columbia Housing Authority. The goal of this local food pantry, is to provide nutritional options for growing families, and is supplied by the Food Bank of Central and Northeastern Missouri. This is the story of Baker Annie Fisher, okay? This sister became a millionaire off of biscuits. Off of biscuits. Like I said earlier, while y'all typing and going back and forth in those comments over Megan Thee Stallion, you could be learning how to make biscuits from scratch and become a millionaire like Annie Fisher. All right. So with that, y'all, that was the Black Authentic Truth story, Annie Fisher. I appreciate brothers and sisters for rocking with me. Let me see. Yes, Renee. Yes, Ron Coleman. Yes. Now I'm seeing y'all comments. Okay. Because what I did was I had to refresh. So I see your comments. I was asking about that movie. The movie I explained, it was called An Imitation of Life. It's a pretty good movie. You should go and watch it. Pretty good movie, right? My grandma used to play that movie all the time, but I just thought it was cold the way that the daughter was doing her mama, her black mama. But I remember Mahalia Jackson singing in that. I don't want to mess it up if you haven't seen it. I'm just going to say Mahalia Jackson, she did sing in Imitation of Life, right? Yeah. So, and then what Kalma said, she was grilled, is off the grill. What'd you say? You said, my internet is off the grill, can't keep it. Oh, I see. So with that, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up. I appreciate brothers and sisters for rocking with me. You know what I mean? I know I was going late, and I hope y'all have a good evening. I hope, you just stay out of the way. Just stay out the way. And I'll see you next week. All right? See you next week. Peace, y'all. Next week. I'm going to try to go next Wednesday. All right? So look for me next Wednesday. If not, I'll be going next Sunday. All right?
Deontay the Bronze Rumble Wilder. Make sure you tap into Black Authentic Truth for your latest news. It's great information, baby. Bomb Squad!
Hey man, let me tell you something, man. There's a lot of history. You know, every month they do Black History. They got Juneteenth. But there's nothing like Black Authentic Truth than what you get in ISUPK. You want to make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth. The reason why is because we actually give you the truth that correlates with historical information and it incorporates with the Bible as well. You want to know why they don't have an answer for our condition in slavery? Because they don't bring the Bible. Black Authentic Truth marries Black history with the Bible, gives you the correct information. Make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth for the proper information. Shalom.
Street Nasheed right here in Los Angeles, making it do what it do, man. Y'all check out Black Authentic Truth. Get some real good games on YouTube. Black Authentic Truth, man. Check it out, man. Real good information.
Man, you know what's going on. It's your boy Geechee Gotti. I'm rocking with Black Authentic Truth. You want to learn something? Tune in, man. Get your knowledge up. Get your history up, man. Know about something, man. You know what time it is, man. Geechee Gotti, Black Authentic Truth, man. Like and subscribe.
Black man, I have an obligation to my race of people, not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people.
And you have always hated us. We have loved you consistently for 400 years. We prayed to that black Jesus, and we saluted your flag, and we died in your militaries, and you beat us like dogs.
This is Black Authentic Truth.